You know what? What's today's date? Today's the
July
8th.
8th.
So we're July 8th, 2025. I come here seasonally. So spring, summer, winter. I wasn't here this spring, busy at the other study site. But this location I refer to as the kill box. And over time, they've been modifying where they're doing, closing this organized deer drive, and where the closers here are hopping the fence into position. And to my back, and we'll do this at the end, we'll show the hasty works. It's like a blind. And what I postulate is this cherry tree that's, 2 feet the other side of the camera, large cherry tree that the fence is attached to, the only one on this tree line. Repeatedly, I get hair off this side of the fence. Now, on the way down here, I was telling Bill, we're going to find hair at this spot. I've pulled them off the same barbs repeatedly. And what this particular spot here has been is long blonde hair, huge clumps. You can see it in my other videos. Really fascinating. It's the repeatability. Well, this time, it's not blonde hair, but Bill, where's the hair?
On the barb, second row down.
Right next to the cherry tree.
Right next to the
Where I
cherry
said.
tree.
Yep. And this area is changed in here. Just Mother Nature, and I think it's the multi-flora changing the way that this used to be like an isolated pasture here for the deer grazing. And again, the way the terrain is, the benefits that they're taking of doing this deer drive, this is what we observed while I had a hunting lease here and we were spread out on this ridge. We heard them hooting, whooping, rock clacking, owl noises, chicken noises, pig noises, closing, tree knocks, and we were right in the middle. So they crossed this fence right here. So this one stretch, L-shape's a mile. I've walked all of it year and year over. I'll find hair randomly once in a while in a couple of the same positions. I call it the shortstop position. I postulate that's where a driver hops in as a closer at the end. These are where the closers are, I think, hastily are hopping the fence here. And I believe one stands right there next to that large cherry tree. Yeah, you can go ahead and pan. Great idea. And if you note how shadowed it is in here and how high the canopy is. So if you were 8 feet tall and you had to jump over a fence quickly and silently, this brush is quiet. You're not banging into trees. The breast works. You might as well go ahead and scan right around the other way. You're doing a great job, Bill.
Okay. This tripod's very shaky, folks.
Yeah, it's a $29 tripod.
Do a 360. Let's see if the tripod...
You can come back and get it in position that works for you.
Can we... Let's
If you
move in.
Yeah, that works like that. If it just kind of helps support you, that's fine, Bill. So what I've devised, I've learned that it's easier to see the stuff with a white background. You can see it with the light. We got a scale right there and how long the hair is. It kind of helps me capture it. So what I've done here, Bill, if you want to zoom back out when you're ready. And kind of come and capture my setup. So I've learned to do this right and come down. I keep evolving my system and prepared and be able to sit down, and I'll actually be able to pick this stuff up and move it along the fence and collect the next clump. I first do a canvas, so I got myself set up, and what I like to do is I like to put the gloves, I don't want to touch the fingers, so I like to have this end. I have my oh shoot, these are rice envelopes, low acid envelopes for storage. Hair is very difficult to get into these envelopes, and that's a trick of pre-taping them to learn. So I, been soaking that. Honestly, I'm not really collecting these for DNA, but I am going to make a DNA attempt with these. And that's just alcohol. But really, it's more of the physical evidence and the features of the hair. Actually, that one's going to be my dirty one. That one I'm going to keep clean. So, actually, this is what I like to do. I like to just put a bath right there. I don't know that it kills DNA. Nobody's collecting DNA off of this, but I'm still going to you know, do the best practice. And the only reason I like to do the gloves, because sometimes the hair can be a bugger to unwedge from the barbs. And what will be interesting, my observation has been here, primarily the hair binds from the forest side into here. However, with this being right here and the tree behind me, this may have just been a pinch point as it moved along quickly chasing deer. So I have a little trick that I do that I want to share with people for collecting hair. Nothing like sweaty hands putting gloves on.
Bunch of mosquitoes.
And a bunch of mosquitoes. You can hear them singing in the background.
Yeah, they are eating me alive.
Right, so I have two little wrenches that I use. I didn't bring them with me. I have these two tools. So I like to analyze where this is. This is my right is my dirty. So I take some tension off, and I plead with people, when you take the tension off the barbed wire, to put the tension back onto the barb so that it doesn't affect how the barbed wire functions for the farmer. And I may have collected off of this one before. I know that the ones right next to the tree, I've collected off of those multiple times. So this definitely snagged. Well, I don't know about definitely. Yeah. I missed my little wrenches. I should have brought those. Those are a better deal. And this, I kind of like this too in case I drop one. So
oh wow, you got them both.
So there's some length. That's 12 inches. You can zoom in if you want. And I find black, auburn, blonde, and one that are, I think you call it molten. In other words, it reminds me of like a coyote. It would be gray, black, brown combined. And some of them are just all white. But of this 3/4 mile of fence, today, just because of time, I'm not walking all of it. I've been doing this for 11 years. It's consistently this spot, and this is the spot of our encounter as well. So here's a trick. Just bring gloves with you. So there's my first capture. So what I mean by that is now I have control of this. I'm going to put this on here too to keep control of that. The hair defies going into envelopes. These are better, but this is a Todd trick. This is all, I've done this so many times here that I keep evolving and running into problems and thinking of better ways. So I'm going to grab this single hair. You want to zoom in on that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's on the end, if that's organic, you know, spider web or something. Oh, sorry, I have a mosquito in my ear.
Yeah, the mosquitoes are getting me.
Very interesting texture, isn't it? Here, you let me steady myself some more here. I'm trying to get this piece in there against this. There you go. You want to zoom in on that?
And zooms.
Okay. So there's a researcher out there that says, just take coin envelopes. I want to see you put one of these in a coin envelope. If you're collecting pubic hair, hey, maybe that'll work great. This hair just does not ever want to like go in an envelope. And I've become skilled at it. It's like it's spring loaded. Can you zoom in on the end of that? Is that flesh? I'm starting to think more. That's a nice hair follicle.
I don't know, but I'm zoomed in as much as I can.
All right, well, you can move closer if you desire.
I think it's
Let me
losing
get into the
focus.
sun.
It's losing focus.
You can change your angle too if you want.
It's losing focus.
Okay, all right, you can come back onto me.
Okay.
So this one, you know, in particular this end, I am going to treat like for DNA with that piece on there. And I said I wasn't going to collect this with DNA standards, but actually I'm going to try to treat it as such and not breathe on it, drool over it. I think that might be a good one for Doug Highcheck. What do you think, Bill?
Yep. Looks
Now,
interesting.
Bill found this hair, but he went down and looked at the right spot. What's your impression so far, Bill?
That's amazing. And as we talked about, there's no horses in this area, and that's the only length or
Yep.
human or primate of some sort. There's no other creature I know that would have a hair that long. But this terrain, as you said, is so...
Horse people, the money they have, it's abusive getting down here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And it's rocky, and there's all kinds of
Potholes,
timber.
it's like a
tangle.
battlefield.
Yeah, it really is.
And why right here? Why along these 5 barbs over 11 years?
Amazing.
You know, so where's the horse trail then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, we have seen cows in this paddock, but
They're black Angus only.
yeah.
And I do collect the black Angus hair, and hey, every good farmer's got a boneyard, and there's one right up here, and I have pulled the longest hair that I could find on the cow was from the tail, and at that, you know, it's only that long. You can tell the difference. It just doesn't behave like this. And hey, this could be cow hair, you know, who knows? But there's just it's highly suspect. And we'll
Agreed.
let somebody smarter than me figure it out.
Yep.
All right.